Hey, welcome to another episode of GeekOutdoors.com. So The Wandering Earth has finally been released internationally through Netflix. And so this movie stars Wu Jing and many other actors and actresses that I'm not really familiar with. And it's based upon a really popular award-winning novella written by Liu Cixin. And hopefully I'm not mispronouncing that. And The Wandering Earth is currently the second highest grossing film out of China of all time. And is right below Wolf Warrior 2, which also starred Wu Jing and was directed by Wu Jing as well. And so the whole premise of this movie, it basically is like Armageddon mixed with The Day After Tomorrow. So it's basically a movie about the end of the world. And in this case, the sun, which is a star, is actually getting older, and so now it's becoming a red giant. Okay, so the year is like 2061, and so because of this, life on Earth as we know it will end. And so because the sun is actually expanding, it's becoming bigger, the temperatures are changing, people can no longer really live on top, on the surface of the Earth. There's a lot of natural disasters going, tidal waves, and so the large majority of people on Earth are basically dead. And so all the major governments in the world, I think it's called the United World Federation, something like that, they're coming together to come up with a plan to save Earth, to save all the people on Earth. And their plan is basically to put these basically thrusters or boosters all around the world, which will push the Earth out of our solar system, away from our sun. And so that's going to be a project that takes more than 2,500 years to complete. And so with all of that being said, they need scientists to actually monitor what's going on the outside to kind of lead what's going on. And that's where Wu Jing comes in. He goes on this mission along with many other people from around the world to get on this space station. And then the remaining people in the world are working towards making sure that things go the way that it should, making sure that thrusters are pushing. And the thing is, the plan looks like it's going to work until they hit Jupiter. And that's where things gets really bad. And so Jupiter is a very large planet. It's way bigger than Earth. And because of its gravitational pull, it's actually pulling the Earth towards Jupiter. So they are on this collision course. And that's where all the action, all the drama, the whole story, that's really where it centers around. And there's also a relationship story as well between Wu Jing, whose name is Liu in this movie, and he has a son whose name is also Liu, and also an adopted daughter. Her name is Han, and then Wu Jing, or Liu's father-in-law, his name is Han as well, if I'm not mistaken. And so it actually is two stories in one. But most of the movie is centered around his son, the adopted daughter, and their grandfather, and all the people who are in that world. And so a lot of it is really about their story, and the relationship with Wu Jing, that's important as well, but it's mainly focused on the people on Earth. And whenever they find out that this is going to happen, that the Earth is going to actually ram into Jupiter and pretty much destroy everyone, that's when the action comes in. That's when you see things that you normally would not see. Just think about Armageddon. Things that happen in this movie, it's really not going to be possible in the real world. I mean, as a matter of fact, Liu should have probably died many times. And there's a lot of elements that I could think of Blade Runner as well, because most people live in the underground city now. There's also a city on top, but it's extremely cold. So if I'm going all over the place, it's because it's really a simple story, It's really about people trying to survive, a lot of action set pieces, and a whole bunch of special effects. The majority of this movie is special effects. And this movie, in terms of Chinese movies, it's a big budget movie. It's a summer blockbuster. It costs like 50 million US dollars. And in the US, that's not much money, but in China, that is huge. And so the effects in this movie, they're not up to the standards of Hollywood studios, but for Chinese cinema, it's very big. And as a matter of fact, Weta Workshop, who actually did Lord of the Rings, actually did the special effects in this movie. So it is pretty good for the Chinese cinema, and I think it's really good overall. But everything else around the movie, as long as you don't pay too much attention to the believability of your story and just see it as a really fun popcorn movie, then I think you will enjoy it. And so that is my overall review of The Wandering Earth. If you enjoyed movies like Armageddon or The Day After Tomorrow, then I think you will enjoy this movie. So if you had any thoughts on this movie or any other movies similar to it, be sure to leave that in the comments area below. And as always, if you did get value out of these videos, be sure to share, like, and subscribe. Hey geeks, if you are a creative geek like me and you wanted to learn how to create content on YouTube and other places on the internet, then check out my Gold Content Creators Group, where you'll get access to 30 videos plus additional content for all the creative geeks out there. And the best part of it is, all of this is free. Simply head over to the link below, check out my page, and sign up for my Gold Content Creators Group. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the other side. Thanks for checking out this episode. And as always, if you like these videos, be sure to click on the subscribe button. And for full written content, audio content, and additional geek stuff, head over to geekoutdoors.com, and I'll see you outdoors on the very next episode.